All right, guys, first thing we're going to do this week is review some of the things we started talking about when school was still in session, when I still saw you in class. And those two things we're going to talk about today are GeneFlow, or migration, and genetic drift. So to review what we've been talking about in class, we're talking about evolution and what causes evolution. Now, evolution is change in a species over time. This could be change in an animal species, change in humans, change in plants, but that's what it means. It's change over time, and it has to be a very long time. The examples we've talked about are the wolves, how people naturally selected them, artificially selected them, taking the wolves they like to make the different dog breeds we have today. And then the example we talked about where someone's accidentally squishing the bugs, and if all the green bugs get squished, well, then over time we're left over with just the brown bugs. Both these things, they can't happen all of a sudden with one animal, with one wolf or one dog. It has to be over years and years and years, even hundreds of years, over lots of lifetimes of different animals. And evolution does not mean that humans came from apes. This is a false misconception. Some people used to think this, but now scientists know that is not true. So that's not what evolution means. When we were last in school, we asked the main question, what makes evolution happen? That is the question we're still answering now, or what causes evolution? This is the question we'll be looking at today. Both GeneFlow, or migration, and genetic drift are two causes of evolution. This means GeneFlow and genetic drift, they're the things that make evolution happen. First one, GeneFlow, or migration, two words the same thing. We're going to watch a quick video or a piece of this video reviewing some of the basics of evolution and what GeneFlow itself means.
Prove genes between different individuals. Because different individuals have different sets of genes. Animals are the same way. Birds, for instance, may have slightly different color markers.
All right, so that example they were showing was when the birds move to the different island and then mate with other birds, they can create a new species, just like that picture we looked at earlier in school. This little guy, he's like, I'm going to go check out these birds over here. If he goes over there and he ends up mating with this lovely ladybird, we know from what we know about genetics that these two will produce heterozygous offspring, or the important part here is offspring, little birds with new traits. That is evolution occurring. There's a change in a species, the new traits, so that's how gene flow causes evolution. Genetic drift is the other thing that causes evolution that we talked about. This is the same video we watched at school, so we're not going to watch all of it. We're just going to skip ahead to the example that they had.
So here's a question. What elements of your
All right, Xing out of this video. We watched that one to see those two examples we talked about before. The first one was those bugs getting squished. Well, they were squished by mistake. Same as with the article we read and that you guys read earlier this week. When someone's squishing those bugs, it's not on purpose, it's random chance. Random chance events killed some of the organisms, or in this example, the bugs. That's the key takeaway of genetic drift. These random events led to only some of the organisms surviving, which made their population different. Hence, evolution, population changed. Now this is not on purpose or anything. The key thing here is this is random events happening. The bug's getting squished by a scooter or the bug getting squished by a foot, not on purpose. Now we keep using the bug example, but there are other examples too. It can be any time random events kill off some members of a population. So for example, a forest fire might kill some of the animals in the forest, leaving some, these little squirrels over here, alive. These squirrels aren't better or stronger or smarter than the squirrels that were caught in the fire. The fire just happened to randomly kill some of them. So looking at the differences between gene flow and migration and genetic drift, a similarity is both cause evolution, both make evolution happen, but here are the differences. Gene flow and migration, that happens when organisms move from one area to another to spread their genes. The examples we talked about were animals migrating or plant seeds blowing away in the wind. Then genetic drift, on the other hand, happens when random chance events kill some organisms in a population, resulting in only some surviving. So examples we talked about were a forest fire, killing some of the animals in the forest, or the bugs getting smushed. And that is the main difference between gene flow and migration and genetic drift.